Hey there, welcome to the ActiveCampaign Quickstart automation tutorial. I'm going to be walking you through how to build your very first automation in ActiveCampaign. So just a bit about me. My name's Evielyn. I'm the founder of Maven Digital. We're a digital and technology agency in Sydney, Australia. And basically we help businesses work smarter and grow their businesses smarter with automation. I'm also an ActiveCampaign certified consultant. And if you want to connect with me, you can do so on Twitter just by going to Evielyn C and connect with me. I'd love to hear from you. So what we're going to be covering today in our tutorial is all about automations and how to use the automation feature in ActiveCampaign. So we're going to be talking about triggers and what kind of triggers you can use to start your automations. We're going to be talking about actions and all the actions that you can take in each of the automations, and we're going to talk about kind of a bit more of an advanced feature, which is using if-then statements and goals in your automations. And then I'm going to show you how you can import pre-built automations and show you around the marketplace where you can grab some of the automations that are built by our certified consultants and import them straight into your ActiveCampaign account. So let's jump on over to ActiveCampaign. This is our sandbox account. It doesn't have any automations in it yet. And so to build an automation, you just want to come up here to the automation tab. And once you start to build out automations, you'll have a list here in this screen. But to build your first one, you want to come up here to new automation. And then you'll get this pop-up screen that comes up. And so you've got a few different options here. As I said before, you can import automations, which I'll talk about in a sec. You can start from scratch, which is what we're going to do today. But there's also some other kind of pre-built automations by the ActiveCampaign team in here. And so you can either search down here, so by what you want to do. So if you wanted to say increase traffic, so increase referrals, and you've got a couple of campaigns in there that the ActiveCampaign team have built out that you can use. But for today, we want to go here, start from scratch. So we're just going to click on that and press create. And that will bring you here to your automation screen. And so immediately what pops up is our trigger box. And so as you can see, there's a lot of different ways that you can trigger an automation. And so basically a trigger is just an element that we're saying this is how we start an automation. This is how somebody automatically gets into our automation or our sequence. And so you've got some really simple ones. So if someone subscribes to a list, if they unsubscribe from a list, if they submit a form, if they open or they read an email, if they click a link on an email, if they visit a page on your website, if an event is recorded, so an event is something like a checkout or something like that, if they share an email, as in share it on a social network, or if they forward it, if they reply to an email. So lots and lots of different things. If a tag is added or a tag is removed, if a field is changed, so if a custom field changes for a different contact, if a goal is achieved, you can do date-based automations. So based on a certain date, somebody would go into an automation. You can base it on an RSS feed. So whenever an RSS feed is updated, you could send out a blog to your subscribers. You could send out an email to your subscribers. Score, this is to do with deals and your CRM. If they enter a pipeline, that's again, all these ones here are to do with CRM, which we're not going to go straight into today, but still good to know. So if a deal stage is changed, so if they go, say, from book an appointment to send a proposal, something like that. and then their deal status, so if they go from lost to won or that kind of thing. So lots and lots of different ways that you can trigger an automation. What we're going to do today, because the kind of automation that I'm going to show you how to build out is the delivery of a lead magnet and then nurturing them through to a prospect or through to an offer. So we're going to base that on a form. So when somebody submits a form on your website, they then come into this automation. Now you can trigger this kind of automation in a few different ways. If you have separate lists for each of your lead magnets, then you could do it on subscribe. You could also do it on when a tag is added. So when somebody submits a form, it adds a tag, and then you would do it on tag. But I find the simplest way for something like this is when they submit a form, and that's the opt-in form. So we click Submit a Form, and we can choose either any form or a specific form. So we're going to choose lead magnet today. And then what we can also do is we can choose whether this automation runs only one time or multiple times. So the reason that you choose only one time is if you only wanted people to go through this automation once and never again. Sometimes you might want to put them through multiple times. I would suggest with a lead magnet, if you put them through multiple times, that you might create an action that asks, have they already been through this automation? And you send them an email saying, hey, we noticed you're already been through this automation. Do you want to go through it again or not? And so depending on which link they click, they can either go through the automation again or you put them out of the automation. So today we're going to say once, and we're going to say add. And so now we can see up here, start this automation with one of these actions takes place, contact submits form, lead magnet. Now you can have multiple starts, and you can have as many starts as you want. So you might have contact submits form, and then you might have that a tag is added, or that someone clicks a link in an email. So what you might want to do is email your existing subscribers and say, hey, we've got a new lead magnet, you should download it, click this link. And so when they click the link, it puts them straight into the automation, and they don't have to go to the page and fill out their details again and that kind of thing. So you can add multiple different triggers, and this up here is your trigger section. So then what we want to do is we want to start to add actions to our automation. Now there's a few different ways you can do that. You've got your right hand side panel over here, and you can either just drag in actions, or I find the easiest way is actually just to press the plus button, and it brings up our list of all the different actions that you can add. So as you can see, there's quite a few different options here. So in the sending options, we've got 3 different options. So you can choose to send an email to the contact. You can send SMS. Now this is a unique feature to ActiveCampaign, and I think works well if you have automations for events, or if you're reminding people about appointments and things like that. And you can also choose to notify someone. So this is somebody that needs to know that somebody's in the automation. If you come down here to conditions and workflow, you can add things like wait. So wait for a certain period of time or until some kind of condition is matched. If else statements, so this creates like a little tree, like a no yes tree. You can choose to take someone to another action, a goal, so you can jump to this action when the automation, when the contact reaches a certain goal. You can start automations, end automations, create different webhooks, so that's linking to other software and applications that you have. Here in the contacts field, you can subscribe people, unsubscribe, you can update a contact, you can add and remove tags, you can add notes. So many different actions. This is all to do with CRMs, add deals, update stages, all of that. So what we're going to do, because we're right at the beginning of our lead magnet, we're going to come in here to conditions and workflows, into contacts, and we're going to add a tag. And we're simply going to add the tag lead magnet in. And what that does is, and you would replace this here with the actual name of your lead magnet. And all we're saying is we just want to tag those people to say that they have started this lead magnet automation. And so now you can see you've got this add tag. And so then you continue to add your different options. I always like to be notified when somebody enters an automation. So you just click on that notify button. You choose your from, name, and email. I usually always change this to no reply. Because I use Gmail, sometimes these don't come through to me if I'm sending and receiving from the same email. So I always just change that to no reply. I'll add my own email in here, and you can add up to 5 emails in here. And then little subject, someone has opted in for your lead magnet, and then see details below. And this is usually what I write. You can always preview the message. As you can see, that's the email that you get. And then I press OK. So now what we've done is we've said when somebody submits this form, we give them this tag, we notify somebody, and then usually what you want to do is send your contact an email. So we click on send an email. Now in this automation no emails exist, so we want to press create an email. Again, we need to give it a name. This is just for our own benefit. So we might want to say email 1. And then this will take you into the email screen. And so you want to choose a template or a past campaign. And this looks, very similar to the template to when you create campaigns. So you want to choose one that is kind of suits what you're doing. We are trying to, deliver a lead magnet to somebody. So I'm going to choose use this design. And you could say, thanks for opting in. Here's your free thing. Name and email here, and then continue. And then you'll want to compose your email, make sure that there's a link to for them to download the lead magnet, and you just continue to compose your email there. So now you can see we've got our add tag, notify, send email 1, and then we continue to build out our emails. So you probably don't want to send email after email, so we might want to add a wait. Now you've got 2 different options, and you can either wait for a period of time, so we might want to wait 1 day, and then we can send our next emails, but we can also wait for certain conditions to be met. So we might want to say wait until someone has clicked a link in that specific campaign, which was email 1. So you might want to only deliver the next email if they have clicked on the link. So you can definitely do that, and you press save. And so once they've clicked on that link, then they get the second email. But usually what you do is wait for 1 day. But what I'm going to show you is, we're going to just move that. What I am going to show you is how to use an if-then statement, because what we want to do is make sure that someone's actually clicked on our link and downloaded that lead magnet. So we come in here to if else, and again this is very much similar to the wait action I just showed you before. And so we come here to actions, has clicked on a link in email 1, and then we come down here and we choose the link. Obviously we didn't add a link when we created that email, but we might say it's this link here, and we press OK. And so now you can see that we've waited for 1 day, then we've said, do they match this condition? Has clicked on a link. Yes, they can come down this path. No, they can come down this path. And this is really powerful, because what you're starting to do now is you're starting to be able to send emails based on people's behavior. Okay, so there's no point in sending a follow-up email saying, hey, I hope you enjoyed the free thing, if they didn't even click the link to download it. So what we want to do is say, if they have clicked the link, then we're going to send them an email saying, hey, thanks for downloading. We hope you really enjoyed it. Here's, another resource or another blog or a podcast you can listen to, that kind of thing. If they didn't click the link, then we want to send them an email that says, hey, we notice you haven't had a chance to download the free thing yet. We really think you're going to get a heap out of it. Here's the link again. We know you're busy, whatever it is, whatever your reminder email is. Basically, this section here you want to use to remind them to download your free thing. And what you're doing is by using behavioral type emails, you're increasing your chance of engagement with that person, because you're not sending useless emails to them. If somebody sent me an email saying, hey, I hope you really enjoyed that free thing, or that lead magnet, or that ebook that you just downloaded, but I'd never downloaded it, I'd just be thinking, well, this is useless. I never did, and you should know that. And people are expecting you to know their behaviors. So this is really powerful, an if-then statement, to use something like that. And I encourage you as much as you can to use behavioral type emails in your automations, because it's really, really powerful. Okay, so we built out a little more of this automation. As you can see now, we have our tag. We've notified whoever needs to be notified. We've sent the first email, which is delivery of the lead magnet. We waited 1 day, and then we've asked ActiveCampaign to match the conditions. So if they have clicked on the link to download, then they come down here into our nurture branch. If not, we've sent them a reminder email. Okay, so then what we want to do is, I've just built out this one reminder email. You can build out as many reminder emails as you want by coming in here and adding your wait condition. So wait for 1 day. We might want to just wait another day, and then choosing our if else statement again. Now, a really cool feature of ActiveCampaign is to be able to copy different parts of your email. So here we've got that they match this condition, and we want to check for this again down here. So what we can do is we can actually drag this straight down onto that plus button and say copy single action. And then that creates the same condition, the same if else statement right down here without us having to select all of that again. So that's something really cool. So then we're saying, okay, do they match this condition again after another day? If they do, then what we want to do down here, this is a great feature as well, is we want to go to another action. As we're saying yes, now they have clicked the link, so we want to take them straight up here and put them into Nurture Email 1. And so that just brings them straight up here into that action. If they haven't, we might want to send them back to the reminder email or send them a different email, or simply say, okay, they're not really interested, we're just going to end this automation. And we can put them in there. So that is that's some of the really great features of the automation builder in ActiveCampaign, that you can have these yes/no branches, and you can really start to create some complex automations that are based on people's behaviors. So then in this automation, you'd keep building out your nurture email after you've built out this section here, the reminder. So we might want to wait another day, so we'll just simply copy that. And then we might want to add another nurture email here. We'll copy that one. Now, just a note here, when you copy this email, that's going to copy exactly the same email. So what you want to do is come in here and create a new one. And so we'll say this is nurture email number 3. And this will take us into our campaign builder, where we can choose our design and create our email. And now we've got our 3 nurture emails. And then what you might want to do at the end of nurturing a contact, well, what you really do want to do is take them to an offer. So your next email in this chain might be an offer email. And you would then take them through to some kind of offer, whether it's a free consultation or it's one of your products, whatever you're offering at the end of this lead magnet. You'd take them through to a landing page, which they would then use to either buy your product or sign up for your free thing. And the best thing to do in this case would be to, once they sign up for that, to be able to add a tag in ActiveCampaign. And so what you would do in this automation is just make sure that once you've sent your offer email, you then have your if-then statement. You check to see if the person has signed up for the offer. So we're just going to build that out quickly here. We'll say that's await, because I want to show you quickly how to use goals. And we'll say this is offer email. So we're going to imagine that this email here takes us to our offer, which takes us to a landing page, which they then sign up for something, and that sends a tag into ActiveCampaign. All right, and so what we then want to do here is add this section here, which is a goal. Okay, and so what goals are different to if-then statements. If-then statements takes you on a yes or no path. A goal makes people jump down to a certain section of the campaign. So we're saying this is the offer, or maybe takes up offer. And then we want to add a goal. And so this looks very similar to what we've seen in the past. So we'll go to actions, oh sorry, not actions. We would go to contact details, tag, and it might be that they've purchased offer. All right, and this here, this tag here, you would add when somebody signs up for that offer on your landing page. Okay, so we're going to save. And then you've got a couple of different options down here. So jump to this action when this goal is achieved and when the goal is below the contact's position. So we want to make sure that they only jump to this goal when the goal is below their current position. And if the contact doesn't meet the goal conditions, we want to wait until the conditions are met, because we just want to wait here until they take up the offer. And so once you've done that, you might want to just end the automation. You could add in here an if-then statement if you wanted to send them a reminder about the goal. So, and this is probably a good thing to know, that you can simply just click on the plus button in between any of your actions, and you can add an action in between. So say we wanted to say if else. So here we would check to see if they've got that tag. So if they've purchased the offer, they go straight down to the goal. If not, you can send a reminder email. And so you would add your reminder email in here. So as you can see, we've built out a fairly complex automation here, from a lead magnet. From a contact's point of view, this is very simple. They get one email, then they get a nurture campaign, then they get an offer. Then if they take up the offer, they would get other kinds of emails. If not, they'd get a reminder. But from your point of view, this is a really complex and behavioral driven automation. And so you can see you've got your different branches, and people follow along those branches. So that is, in its simplicity, how you would build out an automation. Once you are finished building out that automation, all automations by default are inactive. So you just have to simply press active to make sure that automation will trigger. And then you want to make sure that you give it a good name. So this might be our lead magnet nurture campaign. And a couple of the other things that you can do here is you can view all the emails. So this is every single email that's in your automation. You can edit them from here. You can save them as a template. You can preview them. You can see the reports, or you can delete them if you need to. And then you can come in here and you can view all the contacts who are in an automation. At the moment we don't have any because we haven't put any in, but that's a good way to see everyone who's currently in your automation. And once you start to see people come into your automation, you'll see a little contact icon, and it'll show up kind of just here, or just here, or just here, and you'll be able to see how many contacts are in that step at that time. So that's a really great way to see who's in your automation and where they are and where they're up to. So that is an overview of how to build an automation, how to use triggers, how to use actions, how to use if-then statements and goals to move people around in your automation. So I want to just quickly go through the marketplace for you. So this is something fairly new to ActiveCampaign, and so you can come here, activecampaign.com/marketplace, and you can actually browse through a whole lot of different automations that our certified consultants have built. And there's so many different ones in here, and you can browse by category. And so we've built out quite a lot of automated automations that you can import straight in to your ActiveCampaign account and just start using straight away. So this is a really, really unique feature. So you'll see in here there's a couple from myself. So it's very, very simple. You would come in here, you'd add to your account, and then that would give you your link that you can use. So if we wanted to add it to our own account, okay, so we just press view your automation. And you can see in here, it now comes up in purchased. And so we can always grab that automation and import it straight away. So that's a really cool feature. Another cool feature is you can share automations with each other. So if somebody sent you a link to import an automation, you just come up here and you put the link in and you can do the same thing. So that is very simply the how to use automations in ActiveCampaign, and I hope that you see how powerful it can really be. So if you do have any questions, make sure that you email us, support@mavendigital.com.au, and we will answer any questions that you have. And you should also head over to check out our Kickstart package, which we offer for any people that want to sign up for ActiveCampaign, and we just set up your whole account for you. So we set up the account, we import some of these automations that we've built, we give you an email, like a customized email template, we'll import all your contacts, heaps of stuff. So if you don't have the time, or you just think, I just need someone just to do this for me, then that is the perfect time to head on over to check out our Kickstart package. So hopefully you got a heap out of that, and definitely feel free to reach out, ask us any questions, head over to the marketplace, grab some of those automations that we've built out, and have some fun.